and we dive straight into chapter 5, The Ash. Lucifer doesn't walk away. He simply dissolves. One moment he stands there smiling like an ancient secret. Next, his form scatters into fine black ash caught by no wind, fading into the stale bedroom air. Loreanne doesn't flinch. She watches the particles drift like it's the most natural thing in the world. And then, silence. No voices, no weight, no ache in her chest, no acid in her stomach, and no memories clawing at her throat. It's gone. Every inch of pain, the crushing grief, the shame, the rage. It's like someone reached inside her and pulled it out by the root. There's still a scar. She knows that much. But it doesn't hurt anymore. She sits up. The blanket falls from her shoulders and suddenly it feels wrong against her skin. Too warm, too heavy, like it belongs to a different person now. She stands. Her legs don't tremble. She walks to the bathroom, turns on the light, and squints at the reflection. Her hair is tangled, her face is pale, but her eyes, there's something new there. Still her eyes, but not quite. She steps into the shower. Steam rises, water scalds. She lets it. She scrubs hard like she's peeling off the version of herself that died in this room. The grief-stricken mother, the hollowed-out shell. She watches the water drown from the. Let's start that over. She watches the water swirl down the drain, dark with old mascara, dried blood from her bitten lips, and something else, something no one else would see. She steps out, towels off, dresses simply, no makeup, no pretense. She walks barefoot down the stairs, and then she sees Nikki, asleep on the couch, wrapped in the same blanket someone tucked around her days ago. Loreanne watches her for a moment, feels nothing. Not love, not hate, not fear. Just presence. Awareness. But her body remembers the ritual motherhood. Her hand moves on its own, tugging a strand of hair behind Nikki's ear. The girl stirs. Mom? Her voice is groggy, fragile. Loreanne kneels beside her, expression soft but unreadable. I'm here. Nikki starts to cry. Just a few hiccuped sobs. I thought you were mad at me. Loreanne brushes her hair again. No. You didn't talk to me. I know. Silence. Then Nikki whispers, Are you okay now? Loreanne considers the question. She doesn't know the answer. Or maybe she does, and it just doesn't matter anymore. I will be. By the day, she's Loreanne. She makes breakfast, packs lunches, sits on the couch with a cup of tea she doesn't drink, nods at neighbors, accepts casseroles with a thank you smile. She hugs Nikki when she needs it, says I'm okay when she doesn't. No one suspects, no one sees the difference. She looks healed. She looks alive. But by night, she's something else. When the house is quiet and Nikki is asleep, she slips from her bed and opens the window. She never uses the door. Doesn't need to. Not anymore. Her bare feet hit the cold street and her eyes adjusted instantly. The shadows stretch a little longer when she walks past. Dogs don't bark. Streetlights flicker. The air feels heavier behind her, like the world knows she isn't fully human anymore. She doesn't sleep, doesn't eat. She feels hungry, but not for food, not for rest. She feels a hunger for pain, not because she enjoys it, because it calls to her like a song only she can hear. The first time it happened, she didn't understand. A teenage boy sitting alone on the rooftop, legs dangling over the edge. She felt his grief before she saw him, a pulse in her chest, a thrum beneath her skin. She approached quietly, watched him, didn't speak, didn't help, just observed. When he cried, she felt when he cried, she felt nothing. When he stood up and walked back down the stairs, alive for another night, she felt relief, distant, like someone else's emotion. tugging on a string deep inside her. She didn't tell Lucifer. She didn't need to. He already knew. Every night is the same now. She roams alleys and rooftops, hospitals and churches, overpasses, apartment balconies, school parking lots. She can see them, the broken, the nearly lost. She doesn't touch them, doesn't speak. She just remembers their faces, keeps them somewhere deep in her mind. And in the morning when Nikki wakes, Loreanne is in bed, hair messy, blankets warm. Just tired, she says with a soft smile, as if she'd never been anything but human. But the more nights pass, the more the emptiness starts to ache. Not grief, not guilt, just a slow, gnawing sense that she's not really herself anymore. Not yet the siren, but no longer the mother either. Just a shadow in between. She starts noticing it on the 10th night. A man sleeping in his car outside a pharmacy, hands trembling, empty pill bottle on the on the seat beside him. She watches from across the lot, feels the signal in her chest, the pain radiating like a beacon. It's always strongest right before they make a decision. She reaches, she reaches for her invisible notebook, her mental list of names and places, the catalog she's building. Not one more soul, one more whispered thought passed along to him. That was the deal. But this time, her hand stops halfway. What if he just needs someone to talk to? What if this is the night someone could reach him? She feels it. A small, warm flicker, like a dying ember in her chest. And then she crushes it, swallows it, stuffs it back down into the hollow place where her humanity sleeps. Because she made the deal. Because the devil doesn't let you bargain twice. Some nights she lingers too long, watches people cry on public benches, watches a mother scream at her son, then cry once he runs inside, watches a girl stare at a bottle of bleach in a grocery store aisle. She catalogs them all, burns them into her memory, reports them in the silent way she was taught. No words, just thought. A whisper in the dark that always finds its mark. But the more she watches, the more wrong it feels. Like something inside her still knows this isn't mercy. This isn't compassion. This is prey tracking. And she's the bloodhound. She starts asking herself things she never dared to before. Am I helping him or feeding him? How many of these people would have survived if I had never come near them at all? Am I becoming what broke me? She doesn't sleep, but she tries, just to escape the questions. She lies still beside Nikki every morning, eyes shut, breathing slow, faking peace. And in those moments, the silence presses against her chest like a weight again. Different now. Not grief, obligation. She made a deal. She asked for peace. And in return, she became the harvester of the hurting. The devil didn't lie, but he never said anything about regret. There you go. I feel a little tired today. All right. Thank you.